Welcome to IJMS Smartphone Spares and Repairs. Today we're going to be working on an iPhone X which has freezing problems with the screen. So after our first diagnosis, we first decided to check the software because we thought, okay fine, this could be an issue of either software or hardware. So we started by installing a new firmware onto the iPhone X. So you can see it's a nice clean phone, 64 GB. So after we did the software install, we realized that it didn't work. So we knew that, okay, fine, it could be a fault of the hardware. So sometimes if the connectors are not connected properly, this could cause some hardware issues. So we decided to open up the phone and have a look. So at this point we know that this is an iPhone X, London used. We didn't know if it had been opened before, so we were a bit skeptical because the owner was so adamant that we should be careful when opening it. So this is what we found out when we started having a look. So on the first inspection of the entry, we realized that the phone was already missing one of the two screws used to open the phone that are placed on the frame of the phone. It was already missing one screw. So I already had a rough idea that the phone had been opened before. So after heating up the gum on removing the LCD screen, I realized that the original iPhone gum used to seal the screen to the frame of the phone was not there, which obviously implied that the phone had been opened before. On closer inspection, after removing the metal casing of the connectors, I also realized that there were screws missing from that unit. So we first of all went on to remove the battery. Then we went on to remove the screen connectors. Always make sure you're using the right equipment at this point because you don't want to cause any damage when opening an iPhone, whichever model it may be. So all the connectors are off now. Basically I'm going to take a brush and give it a quick clean, remove any debris or dust that might be blocking the connectors causing this issue. Give it another brush, another clean, give it a blow, making sure there is no debris, nothing that could cause any sort of interference between the connectors and the screen. So once we're done with the cleaning, I proceeded to start to put back the connectors and then place back the metal protector on top of the connectors, which keeps them in place. That metal connector was the one that we realized that there were also two screws missing from that metal cover, which also could have been the cause of the freezing screen, because that would mean that the connection is loose and the connectors are moving while connected. Reached into my box, found some replacement screws, replaced the missing screw. once we check everything is nice and secure, we're ready to replace back the LCD screen to the body of the phone. Always be careful when reconnecting the screen, because you don't want to catch any of the connector cables or anything while putting the screen back to the phone. Okay, so fingers crossed, we've tried to power it on. The phone comes on as it should. We see the Apple logo. The screen comes on and we can see at the first touch it starts to respond to touch. So I'm just going to put in the code for the phone. And the screen is starting to respond to touch, starting to respond. No more freezing. And yes, so that is how we fixed the iPhone X issue of a freezing screen. Power it on, and yes, it's just responding and we're happy. So this is how IGMS Smartphones fixes the issue of a freezing screen on an iPhone X. Thanks for watching. Please watch more videos.